Everyone has ideas of how they'd like their retirement to be. Some lucky people experience their dream retirement. Many people's expectations for retirement differ quite a bit from the reality they experience. Your expectations for retirement can be quite different from reality. Life isn't always going to go exactly as planned. For me, retirement is a lot like I thought it would be, but there are some things I really wasn't expecting. So here are my top 7 differences between retirement fantasy and reality. Number 1, in my fantasy, I would get up early every morning and work in my yard while it was still cool. Then I'd come in and do some exercise, eat a healthy breakfast, and then either do chores around the house or work on a project all before lunch. So while I am doing these things, I'm not quite as productive as I had envisioned. Turns out, since I don't have to go to work, I wake up slowly. I spend an hour or two enjoying my morning coffee. I eat a leisurely breakfast, and then I'll get started on tasks for the day around 11 o'clock. This isn't a bad thing. In fact, I quite enjoy it. It's just not quite what I pictured before I retired. The fantasy was that I would get a million things done in one day. The reality is everything takes a little longer than I thought it would, and that's okay. I don't have any guilt about being unproductive anymore. Number 2, when I first planned out my annual retirement spending, I had $3,400 a month planned. This is what I expected to spend. The reality is my actual spending has ended up lower than I originally expected. I'm only spending around $2,600 to $2,700 a month. Life ended up being less expensive than I thought it would be. Life can be surprisingly inexpensive when you reduce or eliminate some things. I'm more financially comfortable than I expected, and I am spending less than I had budgeted. My portfolio is growing faster than I had anticipated. I'm spending less. I'm making more from YouTube than I thought I would. Number 3, my fantasy was that I would exercise twice a day, every day, lose 20 pounds, and get in the best shape of my life. The reality is, I'm content with moderate exercise about 5 days a week. I'm not quite as gung-ho as I pictured. I have managed to lower my cholesterol significantly and lose 10 pounds though, so I'm happy with how things are going. It's just not quite how I pictured it. I still exercise way more than when I was working. Number 4, my expectation was that my house would be in tip-top shape with the maintenance and improvements to-do list heading towards 0. The reality is my to-do list is shrinking, just not as fast as I thought. Things are getting done, but it's also okay to wait until tomorrow. I did redo the flooring in my whole house, which was a huge project, but it took me 7 months, not quite as fast as I thought. It was hard on my knees, so I could only handle working on my floors a couple days a week. But that's okay, I still got it done. One thing I've noticed is that I have more patience for home projects and pay more attention to detail because there's no hurry. Number 5, my fantasy was I'd spend months traveling the world. I love travel and I couldn't wait to travel more in retirement. The reality is I do still love to travel, but not all the time. I like being home and being around my family. I'm not quite as obsessed with traveling as when I was working. I've always been a huge travel bug, but vacations are an escape. My life is just so enjoyable now, I don't have the desperate need to get away from it. I have traveled in retirement, but less than I thought I would. I do still love to travel, and I will continue to take a few trips every year. But I'm now living a life that I don't need a vacation from. While occasional trips can be rewarding, frequent travel can be physically exhausting. I do take road trips to see my adult children and grandchildren a lot more than I thought I would. Number 6, the fantasy was I thought I would have cleaned out all of my closets and cupboards by now. The reality is I have done quite a bit, but there's still more to go. It's satisfying to declutter and clean closets, but it's not the funnest thing in the world, so I just work on it a couple of times a month. I had high ambitions to get a lot of projects, organizing, and deep cleaning done. I am making progress, but it's just a little slower than I thought it would be. I'm spending a lot more time doing fun stuff and relaxing things than I thought I would, and I'm really enjoying it. Chores will eventually get done. Number 7, the fantasy was perfect health throughout retirement. I knew I would have so much more time for healthy eating, exercise, sleep, and self-care. I also knew I'd have significantly less stress, and my health has improved dramatically. But the reality is, you're not just dealing with retirement, you're also dealing with aging. Aging comes with changes. Right after I retired, like 1 month in, I had some health scares. I had a bad mammogram and a bad Cologuard test. I'd never had either come back bad before, and right after I retired, they both were bad. I had to have a second mammogram and then an ultrasound, and then I had to have a colonoscopy. They found precancerous polyps and removed them, but I had to go back and get another colonoscopy 6 months later. I'm in the clear now and I don't have to get another one for 3 years. My mom fought breast cancer and won, and then in her early 80s she got colon cancer and died. So this really hit hard for me. Fortunately, everything turned out okay. It just makes me even more grateful for my health and makes time that much more precious. When you have a health scare, it's an opportunity to really look at your life. Your health is priceless. So write some of the things down you want to do when you retire, but at the same time, temper your expectations on how productive you might be. Remember, regular work is 8 or more hours a day, but retirement means you can do whatever you want. Productive hours are like 2 to 4 hours a day because you'll be taking a longer lunch. My advice is to find some passions to fill some of the time when you aren't working on all those projects you had lined up. You have something to feed your soul that way. I'm living the life I always wanted, where I can just be myself and do the things I really want to do. I really appreciate the peace in my life. I think the reality has actually exceeded the fantasy for me. I'm squeezing the maximum enjoyment out of my retirement. My fantasies did not measure up to how great this is. It's better than I expected, and I don't take it for granted. I wish I could have afforded to do it sooner. I'm relaxed and happy with my quiet life. I used to teach. Retirement is like summer vacation that just doesn't end. Right now, my life is good and I'm going with the flow. I love having the time to enjoy my coffee, my hikes, time with my family and friends. Life is just so good. It's not a fantasy, it's a reality that's absolutely wonderful. What about you? If you're not retired yet, what are some of your fantasies about retirement? If you are retired, what have your realities been like? If you want to share, feel free to leave a comment. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Your hardest times often lead to the greatest moments of your life. Keep going. Hope to see you again soon.